coming live to you from the office. So, October has quickly arrived, and this means that it's Pastor Appreciation Month, or Pastor Appreciation Day, which is actually this coming Sunday, October 13th.
Yeah.
And very few folks celebrate Pastor Appreciation Month or Day, and it's not that we're pushing for it to be on, the national calendar, but we do think that pastors should be appreciated. When you're in ministry and you're around a lot of them, a lot of times their good works go unnoticed or unthanked. And so we just think that they should be appreciated all the time, and not just 1 month or 1 day.
Right.
And we just think that we should be praying for our pastors. We think pastors should be paid well for the work that they're doing. But we also think that they need time and some space. Give your pastor some space.
Yeah.
Don't call him every day.
No, don't be creepy.
Because they need time to be with their families and lead their families and love their family. So anyway, we are grateful for the few folks that do celebrate Pastor Appreciation in any form or, fashion and how they want to show their appreciation. But most people remember it because the church secretary reminded you, or Christian radio of some sort reminded you. And that's okay. But because we're in the ministry and we visit churches, all over, we feel like we have the freedom to speak a little bluntly about some of the gifts that pastors, your pastors, may be in jeopardy of receiving this year. Okay, and if you've given these gifts, don't worry about it, and we're not here to judge or condemn you. We're just saying these are not really the best things to give your pastor. So I'm sure if you gave one of these, the pastor said, "Oh, it was the thought that mattered," or "Thank you, they at least took the time to think about me." So, but this year, think a little deeper, think a little harder, and don't give these gifts. So, the but the first item on our list that you should not get your pastor is a leadership book or a self-help book for him to read. What pastor needs to be handed a book with a self-help title or a leadership title? He's only going to be examining the deficiencies in his life, and now you're pointing them out. It's just not a good idea. Plus, he can't relax while he's reading it. He's going to be thinking, what am I missing? What am I doing wrong? So, I don't think he will benefit from that appreciation. So just don't do it. And while we're talking about books, the second thing on our list is anything that he can read, watch, listen to that comes with the instructions, "We can talk about this later." No! Don't give him anything that you have to digest and discuss later. Not a good idea. So let's just leave the books alone. Let him pick it out. Unless he loves the Westerns or the history books or Golf for Dummies. Something. That's okay. But no self-help. No, we'll discuss this later. Just leave it alone.
Number 3 on our list, a tie. He probably has enough if he wears them every Sunday, but if he doesn't, I'm sure his kids and grandkids will buy him some for his birthday and Christmas. So really, there's no point in it. And I know this sounds bad, but I'm sure he's going to open that box and be like, "Oh, great. How many times do I have to wear this to show that I'm grateful for it?" This is especially true if it's got one of those like Christian fishes on it or a light up Christmas tree.
Number 4, and it's a biggie. Pay close attention. A Bible. If he does not have one, find another church. Bottom line.
Number 5, a card with nothing in it. Surely the poor man deserves a Sonic gift card, but please don't give him an empty card.
And Emma's right. So while we're on the subject of gift cards, number 6, a gift card to your favorite restaurant. Everybody in the church already knows that you believe God created fast food on the 8th day. But yours is likely the minority opinion. So make sure it's to a place that you know the pastor and his wife enjoy. Number 7, tickets to the Florida-Georgia Line concert. An appearance at such an event could be a ministry disqualification, so don't put him in that situation.
Number 8, a suit. Especially if you buy it at Suits R Us, where you get 2 for you and get 1 free for your pastor. That just ain't right.
Number 9, a book that corrects the most recent sermon series. It'll just go on his shelf next to his pictorial memoir of his colonoscopy. So don't waste your time.
Number 10, a book with the history of the church. Sure, they'll appreciate the genealogy work that you did, but I guarantee that your pastor has the info already.
Number 11. This one's important as well. Howard and Vestal Goodman salt and pepper shakers. I know that's what you were just counting on getting them, but in reality, it'll just go in the closet and on the shelf with the Gaither homecoming tea set that you gave him last year. So don't waste your money.
Number 12, a copy of the church directory where you've autographed your family's photo. It's not always the thought that counts.
Number 13, the lucky one. A certificate to swim with sharks at the Georgia Aquarium. Where do I even start? It's just too obvious. Don't send him into a death trap. It's really that obvious. Just leave it alone. Number 14. A set of Nicolas Cage and Kirk Cameron Left Behind bookends. I mean, really, when the rapture happens, I promise, he's probably the first to go, so he doesn't need all the Left Behind series and the bookends and the paraphernalia that goes with it. It's just not worth it. So seriously though, unless you're just stone broke, get your pastor something besides a hug and a handshake. This month is a way to show appreciation, so go above and beyond. Do something out of the norm, and I know it'll be appreciated.
Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next week.